480 BC, the Persian Empire, the greatest the world had ever seen, marched west. King Xerxes, ruler of nations from India to Egypt, had sworn to crush the defiant city-states of Greece and make them bow before his throne. His army was said to be endless, a moving sea of men and horses, filling the horizon with dust and thunder. Across the narrow pass of Thermopylae, the hot gates, a small Greek force prepared to stand in his path. At its heart were 300 Spartans, led by King Leonidas. They knew they would not return. Among them was a soldier named Dienekes, a man of wit and courage whose name would nearly vanish from history, but whose words would live forever. When the Greek scouts returned with reports of the Persian numbers, so vast that their arrows would darken the sky, the Spartan line grew still. Even the bravest among them felt the weight of the coming storm. But Dienekes, standing tall among his brothers, laughed. "Good," he said, his voice steady and calm. "Then we shall fight in the shade." Those words rippled through the ranks like a spark in dry grass. The Spartans smiled. Fear melted into defiance. For them, death was not an end. It was a duty, a service to their homeland and their honor. When the Persians arrived, the sky filled with dust and the mountains shook beneath the march of tens of thousands. Yet at the narrow pass, the Spartans stood firm, their bronze shields locked edge to edge, forming an unbreakable wall. The battle began. Persian waves crashed against the Spartan line, but the narrow passage worked against them. Only a few could fight at once, and the Spartans cut them down, their discipline unmatched. Spears thrust through gaps in the enemy ranks, and every time a Spartan fell, another stepped forward to take his place. Dienekes fought without hesitation, his armor dented and his hands slick with sweat and blood. His comrades fell beside him, but he did not falter. When others would have despaired, he shouted words of courage, reminding them that every drop of blood spilled here brought freedom for Greece. For 2 days, the Persians hurled themselves at the defenders, and for 2 days they were repelled. But on the 3rd day, treachery came. A Greek named Ephialtes betrayed his homeland, revealing a secret mountain path that allowed the Persians to outflank the Spartans. When Leonidas learned of this, he knew their fate was sealed. He ordered the allied Greeks to retreat and turn to his own men. "Eat well, my brothers," he told them, "for tonight we dine in Hades." Dienekes could have left. He could have chosen life, but he stayed. He had come to Thermopylae knowing this was where he would die. The Spartans tightened their ranks one last time as the Persians closed in from both sides. When their spears shattered, they drew their swords. When their swords broke, they fought with daggers, stones, and their bare hands. The mountain pass became a storm of chaos and blood, yet still they stood. Dienekes fought until the last breath left his body, surrounded by his brothers, buried beneath the tide of the Persian host. When the dust settled, Thermopylae was silent. The Spartans were gone, but the Persians had paid dearly for their victory. The sacrifice of Leonidas, Dienekes, and their comrades bought Greece the time it needed to unite. In the years that followed, the Persians were driven back across the sea, their empire humbled. Centuries passed. Empires rose and fell. Kings were forgotten, their monuments crumbled to dust. Yet one phrase endured: "Then we shall fight in the shade." Dienekes' laughter in the face of death became immortal. His courage became a symbol for all who stand against impossible odds. For courage, as he proved, is not the absence of fear. It is the choice to stand your ground, even when the sun itself is blotted out.